And that breaking news at 11, an explosion shaking a Prince William County community. The roof of the home landing in the middle of a cul-de-sac in Haymarket. The families inside were evacuated before that blast, and several other homes had to be evacuated as well. And this is the fourth major explosion in our area to happen in less than a year. We're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Scott Thuman. 7 News' Christian Flores spoke to the man who lives in that home and the neighbors. He's live now in Haymarket. And Christian, you're learning that this was all caused by a gas leak.
That's what fire officials are saying, and that's why Washington gas crews are still out here several hours after the explosion. We're told that right now where they're digging, that's where the contractor was digging at the time of hitting the gas line before the explosion. Now, we're also hearing from one family member who lives inside the house of the explosion. He tells us he and his family are really just lucky to be alive and that nobody was hurt, but they're obviously still very shaken up at this point. Right now, the two families living inside that house are dealing with the loss of all of their possessions, but what's more, they're also worried that their pets died in the blast.
Honestly, you just see everything just go away.
Jared Struniak is at a loss of words when thinking about what happened to his home. He said this was all supposed to be a routine repair.
We had a contractor come out today to repair a water main break in between the meter and the house itself. Something normal that happens all the time.
Fire officials say the contractor hit a gas line, and then the unimaginable happened, an explosion, and his home engulfed in flames.
In an instant, you realize you have nothing. It's frustrating, demoralizing. And you can't even really do anything about it. You can be angry, but what's that going to do? I'm just happy that me and my family are safe and that my friend and his family are safe.
Fire crews evacuated the home before the explosion, where 4 adults and 2 young children lived. Nobody was hurt. But now, Struniak is fearing his family and the other family living in the house lost their pets in the blast.
Nothing's going to be able to bring them back unless somehow they made it out alive, which I hope they did.
Neighbors who live in this community say they were literally shaken.
The house just shook. And I remember several years ago, we had an earthquake, and it felt like that, literally.
The home to the left and right of the house that exploded have minor damages.
You just think something's not going to happen in your neighborhood, and it just goes to show it can. And you just have to be very careful.
And now, Struniak and his friend have to figure out how to console their young children and family.
I don't really think they're really going to understand what's going on at this point. They understand it's not good. I guess we're just going to try and pick up the pieces. I really just want it to be over.
Crews have cut off the gas to 8 homes in this neighborhood. Those same 8 homes were evacuated prior to the explosion. Now, fire officials also say that the gas to these homes could be cut off for as long as the next 2 days, so it's very unlikely that the families will be allowed back into those homes tonight. We also asked fire officials what exactly sparked this explosion. That's still under investigation, but we are told when they have that much gas buildup, really anything could set off an explosion, including just flipping on a light switch. Now, we also reached out to Washington Gas for a statement. You see their workers are still out here dealing with this issue, and they said that they're going ahead and dealing and working with the fire crews who are out here on scene, and that safety is their top priority. Reporting live in Haymarket, Christian Flores, 7 News.
Christian, thank you. The most recent explosion in our area was back in February in Loudoun County, and that's when this home exploded in Sterling, killing a volunteer firefighter and injuring several others. Now, officials say a leaking underground propane tank caused that one. And then in the district, this gas leak turned explosion and rocked Anacostia. That was back in January. That blast leveled a convenience store and damaged a daycare and a women's shelter in Southeast. And then last December, an Arlington home exploded during a standoff with police. That time, the suspect inside was killed. Police say he doused his basement in gasoline before igniting it. The blast also damaged 10 other homes.